Right then, hello and welcome back to ToCA Race Driver 3, about to crack on with round 2 of the Formula 4 Championship, which comes from Barbagallo Raceway. I've already skipped the practice session, so we'll just dive in to the qualifying to see how well we can get on. And see if we can get a better starting position than we did for round 1 at Oschersleben. But we shall see. I'm only going to do the one lap like I usually do, so even if I screw this lap up, then I'll be keeping the time. I think I could have taken that corner flat out. Yeah, that's a very slow lap. 54.2. That's going to be awful. Right, retire from qualifying. I think I'm going to be starting last. No, 6th. Okay. This might be a very easy race then in comparison to Oschersleben. Cook was 2 seconds off the pace. So 53.65 was the pole position time by Webb. Okay, yeah, I think this one could be an easy one then. Right, 25 laps ahead of us then. Let's get on with round number 2. And go. There's my teammate, car number 15. Ooh. Again, going to be conserving the tyres as best as I possibly can. I don't want to slide the car too much. I think what I might do for the rest of the season is forfeit qualifying to start at the back, just to give myself a bit of an extra challenge, because this race seems to be a bit of a trivial one. Rounding in the side. And I'm going to just dive it into the last corner. There we go. Not pulling away though. Right on my gearbox. He's protecting the inside line. Okay, 21 laps to go. Nice, easy movements on the steering, again, just to preserve the tyres. The tyres shouldn't go off as much as they did at Oschersleben because this track is a lot smaller in length. So our tyres should be about half worn by the time we get to the checkered flag. But, oh, he's dropped back a bit. Yeah, they always slow down a little bit too much for the last corner, which allows me to pull away. But they claw it back a little bit. Lap 7. We're not pulling away that quick from second place. He's still there. We've dropped back to around about 3 seconds, but we're not pulling away hand over fist. So yeah, that's why I think for round 3 onwards and for the rest of the championships, well, I'm going to be starting at the back of the grid so I can work my way through, which would be more of a challenge. Especially to avoid contact with other cars and to avoid the penalties. So that's going to be my plan for the remainder of this series. Already on lap number 9. So we should complete this race in just under 20 minutes, I think. So again, a lot shorter than round 1. And a new fastest lap time, 51.82. I might have been a bit generous with the time frame of this race. I think doing about 50-second lap times, so we should complete this race in about 22 minutes rather than under 20 minutes. But again, that is still considerably shorter than the first race at Oschersleben. And again, as a friendly reminder, I will be going through the disciplines that we still have to do once this championship is complete, so then you can pick which one I go for next. Hopefully we'll get more than just one vote this time to make it a little bit more even. So again, if you want me to tackle the touring car section, or if you want me to tackle the off-roads, more open wheelers. We've had one vote so far on the first round, which was to go for the Renault Clio Championship, which I don't mind because I love the Renault Clio Championship. But you decide. This is the viewer's decision on what championship we tackle after the Formula Fords. So make sure to stick around at the end of the championship, and for the end of every championship, really. Oh, that was lucky. We've got a nice, comfortable gap. The front straight. Quite a lot of stragglers on the other side of the course, so we will probably be coming up to lap traffic, say within the next 5 laps or so. Eleven laps to go. We are encroaching on the back markers, but I don't know, actually, we might not reach them in time to lap them before the end of the race. It depends how quickly I'm able to catch up before the last lap. because the laps are winding down very quickly. Can't even see him on the front straight yet. Ah, I caught a glimpse of one of the back markers going around turn 1. Yeah, if you look down on the bottom right, our tyres are still, well, they're still green. They're starting to turn a little bit brown. But they are still carrying some green hues to them. So yeah, the tyres definitely are not going to go off by the end of the race. So I can now just fling the car into the corners without a care in the world. There's the stragglers as well going into turn 1. I've noticed the field is a lot more spread out on this race than they were at Oschersleben. They were more in like little clumps at Oschersleben. They didn't have a chance to just break away and spread out a little bit. Six laps to go. Now I think that the back markers actually do slow down and get out of your way if you go to lap them. But they do get blue flag warnings as well. Or I could be talking out the back of my ass, I don't know. But I think that they do actually slow down and get out of your way. Yep, he's letting me pass. Cool. Thank you very much. There you go, he's keeping on the extreme inside, let me pass. Yep, he's slowing down. Thank you very much. And they're all moving onto the inside as well. That is so cool. I think that is a nice little attention to detail when games do have that addition where the back markers are aware that you're there and they will purposefully get out of your way and just let off the throttle to let you pass. That is so cool. More games need to do that. Unlike some games like Formula 1, where you come up on a back marker and they just, you know, they treat you like you're not there and they bump into you and it's not very good. Even though in reality, you know, blue flags are there just to warn the drivers that you are being lapped or there is a faster car behind you, so keep to your racing line. It is our job, or the leader's job, to get around you. That's usually the case in endurance racing, but yeah, in single make series it is usually a case where leaders coming up, get out of the way. 2 laps to go. So yeah, we should complete this race in about 22 minutes. So my original estimation was way off. As it usually is, in my case. Final lap.
This is your final lap. Stay focused.
You're actually coming up to the third place driver in the championship. You see the bronze orb on the little track map. That signifies that he is third in the championship, and he is way down the order. And there we go. Race 2 of the championship and our second victory. Hooray! Okay, so there we go. That is the final standings then. 21 minutes, 52 seconds, 0.5. We won in the end over Webb by 28.81 seconds, almost a palindrome. But yeah, I'm going to be starting last for each of the remaining championship events. These are all the cars that were a lap down now, so we lapped everyone up to 14th place in the end, with Hernandez finishing last. So the top 3 then, myself, Webb, and Cobb. Championship standings then, we get the maximum 40 points. Cobb is second, and there's a tie for third between Schroeder and Webb for championship honours. Right, next time then, we're staying in Australia because we're at Oran Park Raceway for round 3 of the championship, and that'll be for next time, so I'm going to leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and I'll see you for round 3 of the Formula Ford Championship next time. So take care, stay safe, and bye for now.